Hey YouTubers, this is Charlie. Thank you so much everyone that submitted questions for this week's Korra Q&A. So there's one more episode that's going to be on Friday, this Friday, and then the week after that will be the last two episodes. They'll air together. We also got word on the Book 4 DVD. It's going to be released in March. There's only commentaries listed for 2 episodes. It didn't say which, but it's probably going to be the finale, like the very final episode of Korra ever, and then maybe Korra alone, just because it felt like it was so important for the story of Book 4. I'm totally sure I'll be giving away a couple copies whenever that comes around, but yeah, it's going to be a little while. So let us answer some questions. Careful for spoilers from the episode if you haven't seen it yet, but starting with number 1, Edward asks, who is your favorite Beifong? I mean, it used to be Toph Beifong, easy answer. Lin is kind of my favorite, but only when she's with other certain characters. Right now, one of my favorite fan theories is that she is really Mako's mother. I don't think that's the case, but she's kind of like his surrogate mother. Lin is a lot more fun when she's around most of the younger characters, but just Mako in general, I feel like they have something special together. I will be real bummed if he goes to the Earth Kingdom with Prince Wu after Book 4 is over and Beifong stays in Republic City. I would hope that they would still stay in touch. Lin seems like she's the kind of person that really enjoys her peace and quiet, but I think she gets lonely just like everyone else. Question 2, Super This Channel asks, what made Kuvira such a monster? I would say, she started out with good intentions and then just kind of fell down the slippery slope to being a tyrant. You could say that a lot of dictators in the history of the world had good intentions and then just ended up doing terrible, terrible things. Sometimes that's because they get bad advice. Sometimes that's because they're completely out of touch with the people they're trying to help. And then sometimes you find out they were lying all along and they never wanted to help you. They just wanted power for themselves. Based on episode 10, it does seem like Kuvira is just out for power. She gave that rousing speech about taking back Earth Kingdom land, but she said that's only the beginning, meaning that she probably plans to conquer the rest of the world. And why would you need to start calling it the Earth Empire if all you wanted to do was help people? There's still a lot of things we don't know about Kuvira, so I'm hoping she gives us some more juicy details about what's going on inside her head. Question 3, Benua asks, what happened to Azula? The show had 4 books to answer the question and we still have no answer. I'm starting to think the question will become the new what happened to Zuko's mom? Yeah, that's totally possible. They could just save it for the comics. I mean, they explained what happened to Zuko's mom in the comics. It is funny that they brought Grey Delisle back to voice Minghua, but they haven't really explained what's going on with Azula. It's possible that she did the same thing that Toph did, like she just kind of went off into the wilderness and wandered off. Until confirmed dead, just presume that she is alive out there somewhere. And given the speech that Toph gave about leaving things to the younger folks, I don't expect to see her in the finale. They did say that they would be bringing her back in the next comic book, the Smoke and Shadow comic book. Obviously, that'll be a young version of Azula, so I think they'll just keep her there in that space. Question 4, Jack asks, what the hell happened to the Kyoshi warriors? Have they become extinct or something? No, they're not extinct. They've mostly just been in the comics. Just because we haven't seen them doesn't mean that they've gone away. There are just way too many things to explain, and Mike and Brian only have a limited amount of time, so they're focusing on all the Korra characters, not so much the Last Airbender characters. I would just assume they're still on Kyoshi Island doing fine. Whenever Kuvira was first looking at that big map in the first episode, it would have been really cool if we'd have seen Kyoshi Island on the map somewhere, even just a small Easter egg. I'm totally cool with them not explaining a lot of Last Airbender stuff, just as long as there's like a subtle turn of phrase or a small joke, like the fish vendor with the picture of Aang. Like that was the best Easter egg ever. Question 5, Nikki asks, hey Charlie, do you think the Team Avatar will be fighting the forces of Kuvira or just Korra? So you're saying like a one-on-one thing like the last time. No, I don't think it's going to be a repeat of that. I think they'll have a moment like that, and then Korra will, instead of fighting her, have some other solution. But I do think that before that happens, there will be some fighting. Like they have Asami's mechs, and then they have Kuvira's mechs, so obviously those are probably going to throw down first. Asami seemed so happy when she was trying to explain that plan of hers. She's just like, look at my project, look how amazing this is. That's why she's going to go down as one of my favorite Korra characters. I love little things about her like that. I think that they will build some of those mechs. I think the issue was that President Raiko wanted Spirit Vine weapons attached to them, and that was what Korra was arguing about. So I don't think that they're going to do that, but it is possible. You could see a bunch of flying mechs with WMDs strapped to their backs. Question 6, Betty Sue asks, what are the new inventions Asami and Varrick are working on, and how do you think they'll be used? Well, so like I explained, they're basically flying mechs, but I think what they're going to do is they're going to build them, and then only a couple of them will get used before Korra stops the fight. If you look at the diagram, they can actually fit 2 people inside them. So I'm guessing one person flies, another person operates the weapons. Since Varrick used that EMP, I also think that there'll be a version of that too. Like, it won't just be the mechs, there'll be something else that they're working on. And since it is Varrick, I do think that there'll be a twist, and he'll do something kind of shady. I would be disappointed if they just completely made the character do a 180 and he became this super nice, likable guy who did everything the right way. I mean, it's Varrick, so he's supposed to be kind of a butt. Julie is the one that balances him out, and now that she's coming back to Republic City, I think he'll go back to being the way he was before. Maybe appreciate her just a little bit more though. Question 7, Jedi Knight asks, could there be a possibility of seeing a montage of future avatars in the last episode of Korra? No, I don't think they're going to do that. They did actually post a picture from the sound editing booth. They weren't super clear, but this is going to be one of the final shots of Korra. I don't think it'll be the last shot of the series, just because I don't think that they would tease that out. If anything, it'll be just the birth of the next avatar, if she does end up dying. Really, I think what they would want to do is tie up the big storylines and then leave on an ending that's ambiguous enough that it gives you some headspace to think about what might be happening with the characters. It gives them a future without necessarily completely spelling it out in great detail. And even if she doesn't actually reconnect with her past lives, I do think we'll see a visual reference to them, even if it's not in the way we traditionally see them. Question number 8, Zaylin asks, do you think that Bolin will end up with Opal? That's a good question. I do think that they'll try to make it work, but Bolin seems like he wants to be a mover star, and Opal seems like she wants to stay with the Airbenders. I don't see the two of them moving to Republic City together, but they do have Airbender Island, so I do think that they could make it work. I'd be really surprised if they gave us a flash forward and showed us like a Bolin picture with a bunch of Bolin Opal children. I do think they'll end things on good terms. It seems like they're kind of back together as of episode 10, so you could just consider them a couple. Everybody makes mistakes. I mean, the Avatar characters aren't infallible, so it's possible they could break up in the future after the series is over. Hopefully not, I would like to see them together. Question number 9, Momo Bear asks, why have they left Kai out for the past 3 episodes? Just considering he's in a relationship with Jinora, you'd think that they'd mention him at least. You really like Kai. I think that he's really just with the other Airbenders, and they just haven't shown them because they haven't been critical to the stories they're telling. It's mostly been about the Beifongs, more so than the Airbenders, but I do think when we come to the big final conflict at Republic City, all of the Airbenders will come back to Air Temple Island, so we'll see Kai then. As far as we know, the Airbenders aren't quite as critical to the stories they were in Book 3. Question number 10, Michelle asks, I want to know your thoughts on 2 things. How do you see Mako playing out in the finale? Do you think he'll have a bigger role than just babysitting Wu? Also, do you think that Korra will have her own special moment at the end of the finale? Or do you think there will be more of a collaborative team effort when beating Kuvira? So, yeah, I mean, I think that Korra will have her moment with Kuvira. It'll be like the two of them together again, kind of like when they faced off the first time. To answer your question about Mako, I do feel like they're setting it up for him to go with Wu and become his advisor. That was why I think he made that comment, you're starting to look like the kind of person I could go to work for. The bummer about that is that it would take him away from the rest of Team Korra. Although, to be fair, I mean, if Korra is going to continue living, if she doesn't die in the finale, then she'll be able to travel all over the place, just like Aang did. So, even if Mako does go to the Earth Kingdom, everybody else can still visit him. And they have that high-speed magnetic rail now, too, so it's a lot quicker to get around. Thank you so much, everyone, for submitting questions. These are always a ton of fun to do. Just remember, episode 11 is going to be this Friday, and then the week after that, on the 19th, it'll be episode 12 and 13. Congratulations to this week's giveaway winner. Nido Canary, you win a copy of the Book 3 DVD. Just be sure to message me on my channel for details, just because I'll need some shipping information. I will give away another copy of the DVD in this Friday's video, so just be sure to subscribe to get that. And if you guys haven't seen already, Amazon is having a sale on Avatar comics. You can actually download them if you have like a Kindle app, so you can actually read them digitally. You don't have to buy the physical copies. It's just a quicker way to get them, but they're super cheap. So lots of huge stuff happening this week. Mid-season finales for Arrow and The Flash tonight, so be sure to check back later for those. Right now, you can actually click up here for your mobile phone or on your tablet. It's the same as the links over here, but click here for my episode 10 video, and click here for all my other Avatar bonus videos. Thank you so much for watching, so let's all high five. I will see you guys in a little while.